I was watching the game in the dark, and so I turned on this light, even though I really wanted to record in the dark, but I turned on this light, and it's so bright, and I look so exhausted, and my eyes look barely open. I don't feel bad about them. You know, win some, you lose some. They weren't going undefeated this year. I feel good about the team. This was definitely a big test today. I think, you know what, I think they played well. But let's just jump into this because a lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff happened, and almost none of it was good. There was one good thing tonight. Let's just touch on the one good thing tonight for the Giants, and that was obviously Saquon Barkley just going off. He didn't even look human. He can't be tackled. No one is tackling him. The first defender is never tackling him. It's crazy. I mean, he just looked insane, bouncing off guys, just somehow breaking multiple tackles, just all over the place, crazy. Just let's also just say this right now. I don't think, even after watching tonight's game, I don't think the Giants made a mistake taking Saquon Barkley. Are you kidding me? If they had a rookie quarterback in there like Darnold or Rosen or Allen, how would he be without a running game? Their back would probably be Wayne Gallman. They went out and got Jonathan Stewart, but he's injured now. So how would that rookie really be behind that offensive line without a running game at all? So that's kind of my thought there. And you know, with the way the season's going, it's looking like they might be able to get that quarterback next year in Justin Herbert. So I almost called him Drew Herbert because Drew Lock is one of the other top quarterback prospects. But yeah, and Justin Herbert. Let's talk about the bad now. Oh my gosh, I feel so exhausted. I'm sorry. I have no energy right now, but it's just kind of a mood after watching that game. It's just so bad. It was just, everything was so bad. From the plays to the attitudes to the antics, just so bad and disgusting and disappointing to watch and embarrassing to watch. And Eli, I've been someone who has stood by Eli, defended Eli a lot. What's that? Is that a trucker or the wind? I don't know. Okay, but yes, I've been someone who's defended Eli in the past, and you know, he just didn't look good tonight. Yes, it wasn't all his fault. The offensive line was getting destroyed out there, just eaten alive. The offensive line was just getting eaten alive out there. So that was another big problem. I mean, it's just problems on problems. Everything was a problem. He wasn't getting a lot of time. I mean, did you see the time Eli got compared to Carson Wentz? That was just, the Eagles' offensive line was just doing work on the Giants' D-line. So, yeah, Eli didn't get a lot of time. He was getting sacked. He was getting pushed on the ground. Just offensive linemen just getting pushed back into him. But, I mean, they also just weren't throwing the ball down the field again. They weren't throwing the ball down the field again, which is obviously an issue, which is obviously an area of frustration for the players, for the fans, for everyone. It looks like McAdoo's offense again, with the stupid little check down passes. It's just take a shot down the field, like just do it. Just do it. Just try it out. What's the worst that's gonna happen? Especially when you're in garbage time towards the end of the game there, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Just try it out. What, you're gonna get intercepted again? Okay, like, not a big deal. You're losing the game already. Like, the game is already lost at that point when there's like 3 minutes left in the fourth, or whenever they got the ball back that last drive, which I think they were just really running out the clock. But I guess the drive before that, just take a shot down the field, see what happens. I have to talk about Odell too because oh my gosh, I didn't do a video on the ESPN interview. I didn't really voice my opinion on Twitter. I kind of just said like an or something. It's like an in-depth opinion. It's like 2 words, but I was not happy with the interview. I didn't think that was smart of him to do. I didn't. That's not something you want to see after you pay him to be the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. That's not something you want to see. Literally right after you pay him. Did that come out? Was that October? When that came out, was that the end of September? Oh, no, it was October. So they signed him in August, literally a month and a few weeks after he signs that big deal, saying it's a tough question if he's happy in New York. just like a month and a few weeks after he signs that huge deal. You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that as a fan. I'm sure Pat Shermer didn't want to hear that, and yeah, apparently that was made clear that he kind of ripped into Odell for that. And I'm sure the front office definitely does not want to hear that. Dave Gettleman definitely doesn't want to hear that. The Maras and the Tishes definitely don't want to hear that. So, and I obviously don't want to hear that either. I could probably do a more in-depth video on that if you want, but I'm going to stick to the game. So just let me know if you want me to do an in-depth video on that. Yeah, so that was just a whole thing. And then the antics are back today. We got the antics that we thought were gone back today. First thing that happened was the walking off the field when the offense still had another play left before the half. He just walked off the field. I didn't see anything that said it was for an IV or an injury or anything like that. I know I've been on Twitter. I haven't seen post-game interviews yet because I'm recording this before that, but it didn't seem like it was an IV situation. So unless it does come out that it was an IV, I don't know. Well, you'll have to see after this video, but as of right now, I haven't seen anything that said it was an IV injury situation. And you can't just be walking off the field like that. You cannot. That's unacceptable. And you know what? I heard Odell, I saw a report that Odell, or it was reported that Odell got fined for his interview, and I'm sure this should be another fine, walking off the field before the half if it wasn't for injury or IV or anything like that. I didn't see any trainers or injury personnel near him, so that's why I don't think it is. But like I said, I'm recording this before the post-game stuff, so something might come out, so just take that with a grain of salt. It's ridiculous. You can't have that. If you're getting paid all that money, you're the highest paid wide receiver in the league. You need to carry yourself in a better manner than that. Be more of a team player than that. Yeah, you're probably super upset with the way things are going. I'm sure every player on that team is upset with the way things are going. I'm sure no one's happy. But you have to carry yourself in a better way. And you have to be a leader on that team. You're not a rookie anymore. You're not in a second year. You're not in a third year anymore. Saquon, I don't know why I'm Saquon there, sorry. Saquon Barkley is carrying himself as a rookie in a calmer demeanor than Odell Beckham Jr., who was, I guess, a vet now. Yes, I get he's emotional and all that, but there's a point where it's like, all right, that's enough. Like, come on, like, you can control it. It's just, you thought after the contract was signed, this was going to stop. And he goes and fights with the fan, the AC fan, not like a fan, obviously, because, shoot, that would be probably legal issues, but yeah, you don't want to see it, and Saquon Barkley was the one who went over there to calm him down. So it's just, he was screaming on the sideline again, Odell was, and I don't like to see it. As you guys know, I like Odell, I really do. I think he's a great player and all that, but I just don't like the antics. I don't. I've made that clear on this channel before, and I just wish he would grow up. I say that all the time, just please grow up. I think it's what's best for you because I want what's best for him, obviously, but he just doesn't seem to be understanding that. And I think that's what upset me the most was the attitude of the team, the defense towards that in the second half, even not even towards the end of the game. In the start of the second half, they didn't look like they had the heart out there. They didn't look like they were, really giving it their all, and no one really did. I don't know. It seems like there's still a cultural, locker room culture issue going on there. Just the culture in the locker room. That seems like it's an issue. What is really going on in that locker room? There needs to be a culture change in that locker room that we all thought happened when Pat Shermer was brought in, but apparently it's not, and it's just not. It's just looking embarrassing more than anything. It doesn't look like they're together as a team. It doesn't look like there's an emphasis on team. And let me say one more thing about the Odell interview. I kind of do want to make a full video on this, even though it's late. I just want to get my opinions out there. He was saying, I've heard him say multiple times, not just in that interview, before, I think on Twitter or something, or maybe in a different interview. I can't remember exactly, but I know he definitely said it in that interview with ESPN, was that he made a lot of sacrifices. He's made a lot of sacrifices, so it's frustrating. Well, I think everyone on that team has made a lot of sacrifices. I don't think it's just him that made sacrifices. I mean, I think a lot of people on that team, I think every player on that team has made sacrifices. Definitely every player on that team has made sacrifices. Are you kidding me? To play in the NFL, you definitely have to make sacrifices. So that's just, I don't know, that was just something that was in the back of my head that I wanted to share. And just looking forward to the draft. I know I shouldn't even be saying this now. I'm looking forward to the draft. I think the Giants have the worst record in the NFL right now after tonight's game, but because there's no winless teams. Justin Herbert, the quarterback from Oregon, intriguing stuff. Someone I really like who can't come out this year is Jake Fromm, because he's a sophomore, quarterback for Georgia. He's got a big arm, athletic, kind of, I don't want to say he reminds me of Carson Wentz a little bit, but just like the athletic ability with the size and the big arm. So I'm just going to leave it at that, but they wouldn't be able to draft him this year. So just food for thought there, and just disgraceful performance. Really just disgraceful. I hope Pat Shurmur becomes authoritarian. Is that the word I'm looking for? But yeah, like, he really isn't afraid to rip into them after tonight's game. I don't want any passive, Alright guys, sorry about that. My SD card died. Talking way more than I expected to, but that's fine. Just like I was saying before though, I really hope Pat Shurmur isn't afraid to lay down the law in the locker room. I hope he doesn't say anything like passive or soft, I guess. I just hope, like he says, listen, I don't care what the score is, you gotta be going 110% on every play. Talk about maybe some team things, just like how they need to act more as a team, and play for each other. And yeah, I think he will do that. It seems like he's the type of guy to do that. I hope he handles the Odell situation correctly, because I think that needs to be addressed. I'll check the post-game press conference after this, probably after this is uploaded. And yeah, guys, I think that's it for this video. Leave a like if you liked it. I know I look so dead right now. Make sure you comment down below if you have anything you want to say. Make sure you subscribe. Peace out, guys.